Welcome. All right, live Monday yoga class, all levels. So every week, my home studio, I press that button and we do a reset, restart for the week, right? Because Monday's a good day for that. I know I need it. So this is sort of like a sneak peek into my own personal practice. So, and through the years of teaching, all of my special cues that are helpful, that get you back into your own body so that you can be the best version of yourself, right? Be the best version of yourself and be empowered to connect to your own inner guidance. So that's sort of what I do here. I give you the experiential, like this is my body. And as I, say my sounds like, that's good, or, oh, I need to come out. Those are my internal cues that I've developed over time. And my thought process is that if I share with you those inner workings of my body, that maybe you too can find that, like when I say, oh, my left, right, hip, glute, foot, shoulder, maybe your mind will go to those spots in your body and you'll sense the awareness that I'm talking about. Because when we do this internal seeing, we then can make the correct decisions for ourselves. We can decide what is right for us and what is not right for us, so that we are empowered to heal. So we are empowered from the inside out to heal our body. And that's what it's all about, because you're in control of your own health. And this is the start. Yoga is a start. So even if you're not able to move, if you are in a chair and you have no ability to stand, you can still do yoga with me. How? By just breathing, by connecting to the energy, by committing to this time to go inward and use your inner focus, inner seeing to create a different, higher frequency in the body. Okay, that's all that we're doing. All right, end of my speech. Let's get to it. All right. Oh my gosh. Child's pose. Sitting with your hips to your heels, if possible. And throughout class, I will give you alternatives, right? Alternatives. So this may not be accessible for everybody. So guess what? You just go as far as you can. So maybe it's just here where there's a lot of space between your hips and your heels. So not to force anything in your body. Make it feel good to you. Okay? Find that sweet spot. And we'll just start breathing. It's just an hour. And an hour goes by so fast. Trust me. Especially when you're breathing and connecting to your body from the inside out. All right? Inhale, nose. Exhale, nose. My lower back is starting to open. Maybe yours is too. Sense it. Sense the breath moving right into the sacral bone, low back. Inhale. Exhale. Soft jaw, soft face. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe there's some soreness that you're working through. Try not to avoid. Just let gravity take the whole body, especially on the exhale. Inhale, nose.
Exhale, mouth. Last one with double fists. Inhale, breath. Exhale, mouth. Good. So releasing the hands and walking the hands forward. You're more than welcome just to stay for, 5 minutes. That's plenty. If you have somewhere to go, something to do, just know that I do this every week, Monday at noon, San Diego time, Pacific time. Walking the fingers over to the right, stretch, stretch, stretch. Left hand can come on top of the right hand. Let your head drop down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Inhale, nose. Exhale, nose. One more like that. Eyes closed, head heavy. Inhale. Exhale. Sounds so helpful. Come back to center. Inhale. Awesome. Just got a huge adjustment in my low back. Right hand over the left hand. Head drops down. 2 breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. So good. Come back to center. Bring yourself to all fours. You can bring the knees right underneath your hips, hands, fingers spread wide. Just sense this. Check in with the head, letting the head pull in and back so that it's the same line as your spine. No need to rush. Just feel the hands firmly down. See if you can sink into the right knee. Sink into the left knee. Find that navel in. All right, now you're extending the hips back. Sending the heart forward. And then round the back, chin into the chest and push. Push into the ground, open up the upper back. And then drop the navel down, inhale. Navel down, heart forward. I'm adjusting my toes. It just feels good to tuck the toes under. Big sip of air. Exhale, let it out. Come back into the rounded back. So we're in cat-cow right now. This is cat-cow, cat. And then the slow belly drop, sway back, cow. And again. Movement with breath. So nice. Inhale. Exhale. All right, keeping the knees right over the hips. I'm going to move back just slightly so I have the full extension of my fingers on the mat. So you come into puppy pose. So your hips shoot back, your torso drops, your forehead drops, and you're just reaching through those strong palms. This is just bringing space and awareness into the spine. Okay, navel drops, forehead drops. Elbows can lift. Also option to slide that chin down to the mat so you're looking forward. It's a little bit more intense this way, but powerful upper body stretch. Now my elbows are sort of connected to the mat. Hips pull back. I can walk my fingers a little deeper forward. So did you see those are 2 options? This is the deeper option. And then this is the moving back, little lighter option. Forehead drops. I like both, so I kind of do both. Oh, yeah. All right, we're adding a twist. Walk the hands in a little closer. Take that left hand. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring it all the way underneath. And that left shoulder connects to the mat. Right arm is bending. And then take that right arm and just bring it up. Hopefully this is accessible to you. If not, a great way to modify this posture is to put a block underneath that left shoulder. If the left shoulder is not quite coming to the ground, you can use a support, a lift. I'm going to take a couple breaths. Nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. We're just getting started, so go slow and soft and smooth. Finding that inner seeing, that inner breath, following your pulse. So for example, you inhale, and then on that exhale, you add maybe a tad more of effort to turn, just slightly. You'll see that that exhale is when the movement happens. Gently come out. Know that this is my practice. If you need to come out sooner than me, please honor your body. You ready to come out? Right hand on the ground, unwind that left arm. Good. Woo! In between, take a little shake out. Cat-cow. Cat-cow. Or even barrel roll where you're bringing it around. Okay? So good. Starting to loosen up the low back. Barrel roll meaning ribs to one side, ribs come up, ribs come down. Make sure you go both directions. Excellent. All right, puppy pose. Puppy pose on the other side. Walk your hands forward. Forehead down. Little circle of the ankles. Right arm, lift that right arm up and thread underneath. Back side of the shoulder. Bend that left elbow and spiral up. Left arm can come high. Noticing what's happening with that opposite hip. Can even do hands on, using that hand to push that hip crease back on the left side. Feels good. Coming around the back, maybe even pounding the back. So cool. Absolutely cool. Nice. Woo! This is playtime, you know. You can experiment with that top arm. All right, gently unwind. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up. Excellent, so happy. Tuck the toes under. And into our first down dog. So you can hover the knees, shoot the hips back, slightly bend the knees, drop the head down, straighten out the arms. Adjusting the feet. I want my feet about hip width apart, starting with bent knees to shoot the hips high, lengthen through the arms. And then tippy toes, straight legs. Drop down into the heels. Shake out the head. Egyptian down dog. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, heels drop to the right. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. One more like that. If this feels too much on the wrists and shoulders, just take a little break. Come on out. Drop the knees and just swivel the hips side to side when you're on your knees. Keep the breath. All right, back to child's pose. Drop the knees low. Let the toes come together. Open the knees wide and let that reach happen. Fingertips towards the front of the mat. Rest. All right. Inhale, head comes up. Move the hands back slightly. Take a breath. Preparatory breath. And then as you exhale, I'm dropping hips forward and into this bent knee up dog. Okay, we're just getting started, so it doesn't need to be a full effort. It's just a soft ease of movement. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Back and forth at your own rhythm. I love ankle spirals, so cracking those ankle bones. Exhale. Couple more. Inhale, nose breath. It's like a snake coming through. Exhale, move back. Navel in, rounding into the back, head drops. Last one. Bent elbows, snake-like through. Oh, yeah. Woo! So good. All right, each movement has meaning. I love it. So back to tabletop. Take that right leg and just circle out that right hip. Good. Your kids playing outside. Circle the other direction. You're lifting up, coming down. You can even move into the spine. Letting that belly move, that navel move forward and back. Oh my gosh, they're having fun. Right leg comes out. You're just going to let that right leg hover. Whoo! Bring it down. Bring it right off the side so it's not far behind you. It's sort of in front of you. And then you drop to your elbows and you feel that inner thigh. Oh, wow. Been doing a lot of walking, and I also did an online class yesterday with my favorite teacher from Gather Yoga Studio in Encinitas. His name is Josh Vincent. Every Sunday at 9 a.m. So I took that class yesterday. It was great. Just a couple more breaths. Walk the hands forward. Now elbows are hovering. Let the head drop. Stretch out that right inner line, that right leg. It's like puppy pose like we were in, but now you have the leg off to the side. Activity down through this left knee. Should we twist? Yeah, let's twist. Take that left arm, slide it underneath, give it another twist. I guess this will be a twisting themed class. You know what twists do for us? Seriously, wrings out our emotional body. So we end up being cleared and cleansed. And I think there's a lot of need for that right now, to cleanse out that emotional body, allow some of that angst, some of that frustration, some of the disbelief of what's going on our planet to come out. So just wring it all out. Let's wring it out. So yeah, twist. We'll do some more twists today. Release that arm, unwind. So either hang out in your cat-cow or your barrel roll, or if you feel like you want a little bit more in between those two sides, the puppy pose, then just hang out in down dog and then play with that spiral forward. Not sure if I've talked you through this before recently. As you move your body towards your wrists, you're round. This is that wave, that down dog wave. Drop the knees, shoot the hips back, navel drops to the ground as you move back. So round to come forward. Once you're at that forward place, knees bend, navel comes down, pelvic bowl drops in towards the sit bones. So one more like that. Then the breath. Inhale one direction, exhale the other. This is the way I do it anyways. You might find a different way. Oh gosh, I love that round. Forward and back. Last one. There's a deep sigh. So good. All right, pause in your down dog. Just hang out there for a breath or two. Check in with the upper body, push it back. Nice. All right. Come back for puppy pose. Walk the hands forward. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me turn around because you need to see my left leg. So now we're on that left side. It's left hip circling. Circle that left hip. Good. Bring it up, bring it down. That was kind of fast. You can always slow it down. Bringing it high, bringing it low. And the breath. Again, remember I said if you're just watching from the couch or a chair or from the computer, just breathe with me. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Hover the knee high. Shoot the leg. So this is powerful. You're hovering this leg as high as it will go on your hip. Your hip on that right side is engaged to hover and pull. So love it. Really strong. Then plant the foot a little bit ahead of you. Right, left hip crease pushes back. You're already feeling that length through the inner line of that left leg. Start with the elbows. Really powerful opening through the heart. Ribs stay lifted in. Just pause there. Not. Now we have construction. And then letting the heart open and the shoulders broaden. Make sure the head is not lifted. And then open it up. Walk the hands forward, push into the palms, drop the head down. Wow. Then that inner seeing, what are you feeling? If you put more pressure into your left foot, you'll feel an incredible engagement through that inner line. As you come into a twist, support the left side with the left hand. Take the right arm high, inhale, and then thread underneath, reaching for the left ankle. Oh my gosh, amazing. Hopefully you're enjoying it as much as I am. Inhale, exhale, lift the arm up and around the back. Part of the yoga practice, part of the superpower of being a yogi is to create that inner zen no matter what's going on around you. You are that home base. You are home base. Nothing can alter that inner landscape because you are so powerful, you are so single-pointed, you are so focused. That's what the training does. Yoga, single-pointed, connected to all that is, your highest self. It's a lot. It takes practice to have that magic power. Come back in. So ready for standing forward fold. But first, come into your down dog. Shake it out, bounce, wiggle. And then walk yourself up. One little baby step at a time. Right to the front of the mat. So obviously, I'm so flexible that my hands are touching the floor, but yours might be up here, right by your shins. You don't have to think that you have to be somewhere else. You don't. You're right here. You're hanging. You're just knees are bent. You feel this beautiful release through your arms. If you feel like you want the floor to be a little closer, you would just take some blocks and you would lift the blocks high so that you would have a little bit of grounding if you want, I use the block in my forward fold right between my calves. So I stick the block in between my calves. So hopefully you have a block or two. Yeah, We have somebody watching. Love it. I'm so glad you're here with me. And if you're watching the replay, awesome too. So block right in between the calves if you're in that real dynamic forward fold. Because that firm pressure in between the calves light up the legs. Hip creases are high. Grab the elbows and just rock from side to side. And I promise we'll get into some nice warrior flow right after this with some twist to it, some twisting theme. But for now, just let your body float, your arms float from right to left. Hopefully that noise is not too annoying. Now remember what I said, it's that inner zen. So just come back to that inner place, that inner scene. Roll yourself up. Pause. We'll take 3 breaths together. I'm going to drop my block from my calf, hands to the heart, stand into Tadasana. I have an idea. Hold on. I'm going to shut this door. That helps a bit. There we go. Good. Just makes the light a little brighter. All right. So in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. 2 more like that. Inhale, nose. Let it out through the mouth. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, mouth. Excellent. All right. And then through Surya Namaskara, which is salute to the sun. Inhale. Bring your arms high. Exhale at the front of the mat. Dive forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Heart's lifting. You can pause. Pause here, letting the chest reach forward. Hands can stay right underneath the kneecaps. Exhale, pull back in. And then plant the hands, step back for your high plank. And your low push-up. I'm dropping the knees today. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes. You can move through tabletop. Come to down dog. This time, take the toes together. Right leg comes high. Let the heel drop back. Open the right hip. Ah, so good. Right hip's lifting, and then kick that right leg off to the right. Good. Again, if you are just getting started, that left knee can stay down as you kick to the side too. That's really helpful for the upper body to build strength. But if it's quite all right, you can sink into this left heel, straighten that leg, and kick it to the side. Do a little bit of both. And then rotate one-legged down dog. Just hold for 3 breaths. Okay, straight leg. Toe mound on that right foot. Lift it up. Right hip crease pulls inward. You're not trying to stretch too far away from you. You want to hook it into that hip socket as you drop the right hip level with the left hip. Lift it a little higher. Even out the upper body. Drop the head. Nice. Come through. Right foot steps forward. Good. Right hand on the knee. Left hand on the knee. Hopefully that works for you. If not, just use your best judgment, how to get here. Find your own way, how to come into a high lunge. Hands on the low back, ribs stay in. Give it a little pulse. Oh, feels amazing. Left hip. And then hang out on the low end. Soften the back foot. Use your right arm forward. Use the left hand to give yourself some extra padding underneath the left knee. Nice. So good. Soften that back foot. Loving it. Keep the lower belly lifted, the ribs in, right hip back. Scoop up the arms. Reaching up, sinking down into the hips. Excellent. Chin comes down, hands to the waist. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale, sink into straightening that front leg. Flex out through the heel, hinge at the waist. Great place for blocks. And then take your blocks, straightening out through this right leg. So we did stretch it out in puppy pose. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit of ease and flow in this half monkey pose. Beautiful. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, bend into that front knee. I'm going to keep my blocks for support and use them through my high plank, through my push-up, and through my up dog. Tuck the toes, come back to down dog. You can even use them for support in your down dog. Makes it really accessible, especially if you have a round back. If you feel like your back is not lengthening as much as you would like, sometimes lifting the hands just a bit with the blocks helps. Highly recommend trying. All right, toes together. I'm going to move my blocks to keep it balanced. Left leg high. Heel drops back. Open that hip and kick it to the side. Really good. Inhale. Make it like a dance. Oh my. Exhale. Side. Inhale. Kick it back. Exhale. Last one. I enjoy this hip socket, this hip rotation. It's amazing. I hope you do too. Again, like I said, a sneak peek into Taha's yoga practice. All right, left leg high. Again, you're not kicking that left leg way away from you. You're hooking it into the hip and leading through the ball of the foot, letting the head drop. Oh, feels so good on this left side. This is my feel-good side. I want to stay longer on this side. Lift it a little higher. Inhale. Exhale, pull it all the way through into that low lunge. Left hand on the knee, right hand on the knee. And you're coming into high lunge. Good. That's it. Hands onto the low back. That's what we did before. And then you're rocking down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything's lifted. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh my gosh. I'm laughing. Because this side is my weaker, feel good side, but the weaker side, this glute muscle for some reason doesn't fire as well as that right side. Obviously, because right side is a dominant leg. Okay, sink into that front foot, heavy on that right knee, scoop up the arms. It's always different. Even though I've done these postures over and over again, each practice so different. Lift, lift, lift. Nice. Chin comes down, hands on the waist. Fall out, find your balance. Come into half monkey pose. Take a breath, and then hinge right at the waist for half monkey pose. Blocks are helpful. Didn't say this on the other side, but sometimes it's nice to point the toe instead of flex. Also, you can extend the heart forward, creating space in the lower belly, and then round into the forehead. These are all intellectual games, keeping your mind active and focused on your yoga practice. Here to train us to be single pointed so that we can control our thoughts. When you control your thoughts, you have magical powers. You create with your thought. Thoughts create things. So good. All right. Amazing. Let's go right into Malasana, squat. So move this left foot over to the left. I'm planting my hands on the inside of this left foot. Tuck the right toe under, straighten out through that back leg. And then open up the mat, step up, right leg. Feet are a little turned out, hands can move forward. You're going to drop down. A nice trick here, especially if your heels are high, is to use a block underneath your heels. This is actually a little high for me. You can use a half block, or you can use a wedge. You've seen those yoga wedges where they're able to slide them right underneath the heels, or you roll your mat up. This is an excellent trick for Malasana. Roll the mat. I know sometimes you're in your midst of your asana that you don't want to mess with props, but this is one of those really feel good props, especially if you have heels like mine, which want to stay high. So explore, open up one side, drop it down, open up the other side, and drop it down. Try to find the breath as you do this. Inhale, inner seeing, inner guidance. Exhale. Inhale, oh yeah, so good. Exhale. Last time. So come to center, take a moment just to straighten. Felt a little adjustment mid-back, mid-shoulders, and come back down again. This time pause. You have some pressure, knees into the elbows, elbows into the knees. Let the hips drop, the chin drop low, and lengthen through the top of the head. Lots of sounds today. So in Nidra, you have heard of what
meditation nidra. Nidra is about single-pointed awareness. So part of a nidra would be to listen to the external sounds, but not to put a label on that sound. You would just notice and hear the sensation of sound, but not to apply any judgment on that sound. So that's kind of what we can do right now as we sit in Malasana. Notice the external sounds. Come out when you need to. I'm just going to hang out for another 2 breaths. Last breath. Wow, love it. Oh, so good. Come on out. Definitely slow motion. Roll yourself up. Once you're at the top, give it a little pound and give it a little walkabout. Okay? And check in to see what's going on. What's going on? Oh, I sound like you're with me. So happy. Good, good, good. Pound it out. Pound out that low back. Side body. Ooh, right into the outer edges of the hips. Okay. Amazing. Good. So then we'll sit. You ready? I'm ready. Sit into a chair. Sit into chair and then come back up. Feet can go a little wider. So you're going to sit back, feel those hips, and then bring back up. And you might go a little deeper than I am. I'm a little cautious, slow today. Just moving slowly with breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, sit low, exhale. Last one. Nice. Hands to the heart. All right. Lean into the right foot. Take this left knee, bring it high, and then cross it over top of that right knee as you sit back. Shoot the hips back, and you'll feel sensation opening in the inner thigh. See if that works for you. Feels awesome. Interlace the hands behind the head. Take a little C curve. Left elbow to that right side. Come back to center. Okay, and I want to share, you're fine where you are if you're balanced, but if you're finding it hard to balance, you can lean your hips against the wall. Okay, that's a great way to support yourself. And then the other side, right elbow, left knee. Oh, so good. Back to center. Stand tall. Use this left foot, cross it down so you're crisscrossed. Give yourself a lift with the arms high, and then roll yourself down into that forward fold. I'm using my hands for support, always a nice way to support yourself. Halfway lift. Exhale to pull back in. And again, inhale, lengthen, halfway out. Exhale to come back in. Nice. And so wherever you are, try to get the hands to the front of the mat and the feet to the back of the mat. Okay, you can unwind the feet. You're back into your down dog. Bring the toes together. Take that right foot and bring it high. Nice. And take that left arm and bring that high to hover. Just grabbing some more heat. Excellent. Let that left hand come down, that right foot come down. Frame up the feet for hip width apart again. Down dog. Laying through the upper body. And then stepping up again. You can crisscross this time. Slowly stepping back to the front of the mat. Just this beautiful dance. Good. And then make sure the feet are even. So you just find that hip width apart again. Roll yourself up. Then we have the other leg. So that means right foot hovers. Cross it over. You are now on your standing leg as your left foot. Interlace the hands behind the head. Set yourself low. Oh yeah, so good. Right elbow left towards that left side. Nice fire in the legs. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. A lot of leg today. Really needing to stretch those hips. Come up to center. Exhale, release. Right foot to cross over. Give your arms a lift. Exhale, dive forward. Good. It's okay to go slow. Sometimes that slow and mindful, excellent way to really connect. Transitions are so important. Inhale, halfway lift. Allows you to feel your feet, feel your head, feel your arms. Inhale, halfway lift. Navel lifts in. Heart expands forward. Inhale. Exhale. Bend into it. Forehead comes towards the shins. Nice. And then step back. Step back to the back of the mat. Step back with the other leg. And then we hover. Left leg goes high. Yeah. Oh, he's having a bad dream. I'm sorry. And then the right arm comes up. Supposedly it's a sign of intelligence when dogs have bad dreams. It's always a good thought. Try to have a good thought when he's having a bad dream. Right arm up, left leg high. Hold, 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 hold. So good. All right. I think we're well deserved. Let's go into a pigeon pose, all right? Left leg, one of our staples. Feels awesome. So today, again, I am needing support. You might need support. Put a block underneath your hip and melt yourself down. You can even put a block underneath your forehead. An hour goes by fast. Awesome. Oh my gosh, just like coming home. So much tension. Let it go. Let it go on each exhale. Inhale. And let it go. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last breath before we add a nice variation. Remember I talked about the twisting? You can do a twisted pigeon pose. So walk your torso up a bit. And then take the right arm and bring that high. Okay, make sure this left hip feels safe and secure. And I'm going to use a block because I just like that floor coming a little closer. And take that right elbow and bring it down to the block. This even feels good, this length and then this drop. Length and drop. Dropping that elbow down. Suction in that low navel, low belly, lower space, and then the palms come together. If you're able, oh, sorry, Jackson. If you're able, just use your elbow on the ground. I'm just wanting all of these sweet, soft, supportive places. So if your hip is on the ground, great, good for you. If your elbow is on the ground, great, good for you. If it feels like it's not turning, you could even just do something like this reaching that right arm over to the left. Okay, we're going to hold for another 2 or 3 breaths. Yeah, I'm loving it. Love it, love it, love it. Got a nice adjustment in the low back. Inhale, look down. Exhale, unwind that upper body. Move your props aside. Support yourself. Hands on either side of that front knee. Tuck the back toe under. Suction in the navel for tiger curl. Right elbow, left elbow. And bring it all the way back to one-legged down dog, where you're circling out this left hip. Again, remember to take your knee down on the right if it's feeling fatigued in the neck and shoulders. You don't want to overdo it, okay? So that right knee can support you anytime you want. Circling out that hip. Nice. All right, let's do the other side. And float back into down dog. Take that right leg, let it lift a little bit. One-legged down dog. Slide that right knee all the way up. Give it some support underneath that right hip. And then melt yourself down for pigeon. You don't have to use the support, but I'm telling you, it's a nice way to really cushion and give yourself some added space in the belly. Each side is different. Constant movement for me, or experience of like, okay, now I can go a little lower after a couple breaths. That inner seeing, what are you sensing? Left hip dropping. How even is my breath? All right, adding the variation. Walk your hands a little closer to you. Use the block if you need it. Or just plant the left elbow over to that right side. Can even come on the outside of the right knee if that works for you. For me, I need a block. Everybody's body's different. And then just turn into the lower belly. Option to look up or look down. Be heavy in the right hip. And soft jaw, soft face. Trust, surrender, allow. Ah, so good. Inhale, look down. It's almost like a drug, I tell you. Feeling sleepy. My eyes are soft and sometimes it's hard to open them. You know, this is that Zen. The parasympathetic nervous system is kicking in. Pretty powerful. Okay, hands on either side of that front knee. Tuck the back toe under. Navel comes in towards the spine, and you hover the right knee, right elbow, left elbow. Circle out that top leg so the hips get some lubrication. I just enjoy this so much that I take my sweet ass time. So if I'm going too slow, you just move through your flow the way you want to. These are just suggestions, you know. You can move through your flow. This is always that go-to. Chaturanga to up dog to down dog. All right, but we're so good. Let's hop through. So a little fancy hop. You can bring your toes together, in between your thumbs, crisscross the legs at the front, and drop your hips down. Yeah. Set your sit bones way back. Get your torso to lift tall. Feel the heaviness root down through that sacral bone. You can point and flex the feet. Dandasana or staff pose, where you're feeling the length through the upper body. Feeling a sensation in my left hip flexor. You might feel the same where this is wanting to, so if you, especially if you're not used to this tall back, these hip flexors get screaming. They scream a little bit. It's okay. Drop your chin. Lengthen out through the feet. Follow the feet. Find that symmetry. So the goal or the trick is just to find length. Hearts lifting, chins dropping, palms down by your sides. Excellent. Scoop up the arms. And then hinge. Go slow. Take a few breaths to get yourself into that full forward fold. You can feel the chest lift. You can drop the hands to the shins and just let that explore interoception on your shins. Arms are nice and straight. Chin is level. Torso's tall. Back is heavy. See what you feel there. And then drape it all the way over. Trying to find that length through the upper body. If you want, you can always bring, again, the supportive sensation of the forehead on a block, which I love, actually. We'll stay for 5 breaths, forward fold. See if you can soften into the back. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah, Jackson's breathing with us. Inhale. Exhale. Three more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath here. Inhale. Exhale. A lot of hamstrings today. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, move the block aside. Bend the knees. Reverse tabletop. Bring the feet in. Bring the fingertips towards the hips. Find a bit of lift, just a little, to release the low back to see if there's symmetry in the hips. And then come up the rest of the way. It's like you're hugging the muscle to the bone, especially in the arms. And then you're bringing yourself up. Your chin can come up. Your hips can come up. Wow, wow. Letting that surrender in the hips, nice and loose. It's your legs that are working for you. Good. Chin comes down. Gently come down. Adjust your hands so they're a little bit more comfortable, maybe wider. And then the knees go to the right. Circle out that right glute. Knees come up and go to the left. Circle that out. Oh yeah, almost there. Almost to an hour. I can sense it. I should go check though. Oh yeah. So go back and forth a couple times. See what that feels like. I'm gonna check the time to make sure I'm on track here. I should have a clock above me, but I don't. Oh yeah. Very good. 103. Yeah. Wasn't that amazing how fast that goes? It's just incredible. And that sleepy feeling that I get, hopefully you get that sleepy feeling too. It's just like, can take a nap. It's just a sign that you have a lot of resistance and tension going. And I would have to say yes. I decided to homeschool last week, get out of the San Diego Unified School District, which is a big, big deal for me. So my fourth grader, we are now applying to be a homeschool family. So it's been it still is. So if anybody has anybody in Claremont who's also homeschooling, come my way. We'll homeschool together. All right, roll back. Last little bit. What does your body want? Little happy baby. Always nice. Supta Baddha Konasana with your soles of the feet together, knees apart, and you're just opening like a butterfly. So good. Such a beautiful way to get the inner thigh to release. And drop your feet right in front of you also. In fact, let's do that. You might like that. Support arms up above you. Can pull the scapula. Can take each arm and just pull it the opposite side. So good. Everything's good. It's all good. It's all gonna be okay. All is well. And just rest. Take about 10 breaths. Count 5 more breaths. Ten. Good. You're more than welcome just to hang out in this if you continue that stretch. Beautiful. If not, you can transition to straight legs. I'm supporting myself with blocks, always nice cushy foam blocks underneath my hamstrings, right as far up as possible, which helps roll that pelvic bowl under. So super duper, super duper. It's just a super duper prop situation because it's incredibly soothing and relaxing, even with the construction next door. I do not care. In through the nose.
Out through the nose. Yeah, Shavasana is one of the most important postures. And just allowing your body always to surrender consciously, though, conscious awareness of the floor. I'm laying on the floor. My body is laying on the floor. So that you stay present. And if you find your mind wandering, just no judgment. Let it come back into that present moment, into the body. Feeling every surface connected to the floor. The back of the head, the back of the shoulders, your right arm, your left arm, sensing your right leg, sensing your left leg, your right heel, your left heel, your forehead, relaxed and soft. And then you're more than welcome just to stay in this sweet space of relaxation. You're letting your body breathe itself. And when you do have the urge or the desire to move, definitely go slow, mindfully. Start with fingers on the thumb. Start with the head rocking, toes wiggling, feet and ankles, waking up the lower body, rocking the hips a little side to side, and then float, dragging the heel towards you on one leg all the way up to the interlace fingers on that knee as you pull it tight up towards your shoulder. Sense that. Stretch out the opposite leg. And then switch. Drop that foot back down and interlace the fingers and bring the other knee up and pull that nice and tight towards the shoulder. And then the other leg meets that other leg at the top. A little circling of the hips, mellow, soothe, rock, low back. You can even alternate the knees. Such a continuation of your yoga practice as you come out, you know? Just mindful. And then roll to one side. And come on up. Top hand for support. Last thing to come up is your head, your chin. Can you keep your eyes closed?
Oh, yeah. Wow. So good. As you sit tall, chin drops. In through the nose. And let it out through the mouth. Hands coming together to your heart. And namaste. Alright. Thank you for being here. Oh, I so appreciate you watching and participating. Love it. Yay. All right. Have a great, great week. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you next week, whoever you are. I love it. Oh, what? Look, we went an hour and 11 minutes. That is awesome. Special number. Really cool. So know that we are connected to divine energy we are. And these little signs help us remember that and remind us that we are divine. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.